We chill. We chill. Y'all got it? This is an attempt to collect the debt. Y'all know what? Later on, people don't see it now, but later on, they'll see me as a strong proponent for our cause. Right now, they see me as a rebel rouser, cult leader. Whatever. And I say this. I have been guilty in the past. I was guilty for my views of Malcolm X, not for his religion. Always right on that. I was guilty of my opinion about him for statements he made about the oppressor. Simply because I had been induced with Christianity or Christian. I'm guilty and I apologize. He's dead and gone. I owe him, I'm sorry. I was wrong for my views and my opinions of Marcus Garvey. I was wrong for my views of anybody, the Black Panther Party. I was wrong. I was wrong for my views against Khalid Muhammad. I was wrong for my views against any organization that was of a dark hue that we say black, so-called Negro, that have stood up to fight against injustices of our people. I was wrong. I was trained, induced. I was not myself. When I viewed these people as non-believers, people that didn't believe in God, people that weren't for peace, but the people that were fighting were people that broke peace with us. Yeah. So I ask all of our people, not all our people, I ask even whites, you look back and you do the math and you call the way you feel about those 5 officers that were shot, the way you feel and the support you have for them is the way we feel about 4 black men that were murdered and gunned down that had no weapons. They didn't even have a chance in front of their kids. I mean, all we want you to do is feel our pain. And I'm talking to the degree of saying there's been injury on both sides. Not that we're saying it's a black and white thing. It shouldn't be. When we're saying black lives matter, we know white lives matter because white's not getting shot down. So when you come back with blue lives matter, first of all, what's blue? What is this blue life matter? Here we back again, but see, look how they always distinguish themselves by racist denomination. They were blue-blooded. This should tell you they were whites. They were white supremacists. That's why you go with the blue blood. We didn't talk about the blood. Everybody blood the same color. All we're saying is black lives matter because when we're gunned down, nothing is done. Listen to cause. Look how they unchained their organization as a terrorist organization. We're trying to see if the shooter was associated with Black Lives Matter. What was Dana Rose associated with? Why are we still ain't investigating them? Dana Rose clearly told one of the survivors that I'm trying to start a race war. See, man, y'all white folks not right. Y'all not right. Not all. They're not fair. I tell you, they're not fair. This man didn't tell you. He told you, I'm not with anybody. I'm tired of my people getting gunned down. You train him to defend citizens. Who's he defending? Iraqis? Who's he defending? Syrians? He was defending people that looked like him. He was a soldier. You trained him. He will find those he was killing your enemies. All I tell people, just be fair. Be fair. How you get a medal for killing other people, but then when somebody come back to defend people that's here of our color, all of a sudden they're the worst thing ever hit the planet. They're not fair. And see, our people got to stop looking at each other as, that's still criminal. So what is it when these black guys was shot at? This wasn't criminal. This still ain't criminal. Y'all know how long we got to hear about them 5 officers? They right there with 911. Biggest tragedy that's ever happened in America. The Tuskegee experiment wasn't. The fact that they killed and enslaved and stole us wasn't. That's an insult. You telling me 911 something you concocted and made is the worst thing happened in history? Then you frame the Indians during their Boston Tea Party. When they poured the tea out in the river, out in the Boston Harbor, they lied and said Indians did it. These white people dressed up. See, this is how they dress up and make this other little thing. Y'all, how many of y'all didn't know about that? The Boston Tea Party, y'all familiar with it? You ought to be familiar with the fact that whites dressed up like Indians and poured that tea out because they refused to pay taxes to England. Blamed it on the Indians. So I'm just wondering, if they were smart enough back then to dress up like Indians, pull the tea out in the harbor and lie and act like the Indians did it, I wonder would they be able to frame a shooting and look like a black man and say he did it. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they probably wouldn't know how to do that. Not because we ain't got the technology now. There's no way to do that now. If you lied on the Indian, back then, Brandon, you knew how to dress up like somebody and lie on and make it look like they did something. They probably couldn't know how to do that. No, we got too much technology for that now. People, we beneath that. Everything happening is real. It's the actual person every time. That black guy hung himself in Piedmont Park. I'm a nigga, that's all I think about, hanging myself in a white gay park with Ku Klux Klan literature around me. No way, it had to be him. They investigated. They said, yeah, look, when they see it swing, yeah, he did that. Because if you go back and look at slavery time, we were notorious for hanging ourselves. Oh, we do some of the coonest stuff. Yeah, we would hang ourselves. This stuff every other week. Every time we hang ourselves, bash our eyes out and stuff. And then what the trick used to be is how we could tie our hand. When we put it and then tie our hands up behind our back like that and with our legs. And there we be swinging. It'd be open and closed. Yeah, the Negro did it. The Negro did it. Y'all don't know these people. My dad told me years ago, he said, he should have slapped me in my mouth. He said, boy, you don't know white people. He said, you don't know white people. That's how they work. It's bad. It's bad you live in a place and you work beside, you shop and store with these people, and these people don't see nothing wrong. They think and say, you see what they're doing? It's terrorism here in America. Those good, clean police, you say, you know what? Terror started when you came and got us. I don't know what could be more horrific than that boat ride. You're in the bottom of the ship. You got vomit all over you. You with these people, you could smell them because they stunk with the pork coming out their skin. Teeth rotting in their mouth. Nasty hell with lights in it. And they got you in the bottom of the ship, force feeding you. Chain you down and you down here naked. Defecate in urine. And you're a clean people. Then they get you out of the boat and they sport you butt naked, chained up and whip you, open your back like a hot link. Sell you out to gay men, get them just feel on you and check your genitals and everything. Same thing to doctor. I don't know why you got to see if you can call. You ain't got to grab down and see if I can call. You ain't got to grab that. I'm good. You don't grab a scuba and grab one of my goobers and say, call. All right. Let me tell you something. Truth be told. They ain't got to put no finger in your behind. See, all this stuff we credit, they say they're medical. They're not medical. This is how they sexed us ever since they had us. This is how they introduced us into homosexuality. Why I go to doctor in the mom, my mouth, you need to put one in my baby booty. I don't breathe down there. They've been playing with us ever since, okay. They've been playing with us ever since they got us now. They trained, how many of y'all had them little picture? Y'all had that little pretty picture where you lay down, you were naked. How many of y'all had that baby picture, lay down there naked? They're beautiful. They train you to do that. They train your mom to do it. My wife did my child. Put them in a tub of water. You ain't do nothing. They ain't take one. Yeah, she trying to think. She did one with you had you sit in the tub there. Throwing water. Because my wife didn't want to be white so bad. Oh. Why am I showing you a picture of my butt naked child? Why do you need to see that? Anybody. We never questioned this. Tell me, but you know, we've done it, but think about this. Why does a man, look at this butt naked picture of my baby. My baby, why? Why does he need to see her with her clothes off? Why had there been tradition to take a butt naked picture of a baby? And you see the booty, you said, so which part are you looking at? You come out, oh, it's so cute. Which part are you looking at, Cam? Nobody questioning on this stuff to do it. Look how we systematically just been drug into something. And we think this stuff is cute. It's not cute. It's because these folk are fiends. They have another agenda. I always got to grab your groins. I always got to check your penis for something. I always got to be in your vagina. They don't do it to their own. They don't do it their own. Man, you wind up finding that messing gear dried you out. That's why a lot of y'all now messed up, ain't got no doing vaginal witness. They done sat there and throw all that junk up in you and dried you. All right. Let me tell you something else. How did we keep clean before we got with them? Okay. I know. They're going to send me on a probe. Go ahead and call what you want. Check back behind these people. You putting that vinegar in your vagina. Don't you know vinegar is going to dry you out? It's going to absorb. So it's going to send you back to that KY and mess you up. All right. I'll tell you one. I know I'm inappropriate. I'm not the one trying to tell you the truth. Y'all just don't know how these people messed us up. Look at who they had on that Messenger bottle. It wasn't your picture. They messed us up. They got us. They put us on all that junk, just like the men. They need to put you on cigarette. The cigarette they put you on was a high concentration of nicotine. Everything was driven to take away your sex drive. Alcohol. He knew with oppression, the black woman, we got home, we destroyed your home. When you drunk, nigga, you ain't going to be no one beer. You a 12-pack minimum. Then you go to hard liquor. That stuff did so much damage to us before we even got crack cocaine. Between the cigarettes and the alcohol, he damaged us. Of course he lost something here. That's in any war. When you go to war, you know there's going to be some casualties. But you're looking at the bigger picture. They took us down. Got our women to put aluminum on here. Now you got your tits cut off. Done got your bald headed. All them doing hairdos. They messed us up. All I'm trying to do is help. If I'm lying, y'all leave. Don't support me. But you look at the state what we in. We're in a state of emergency. We've been in one. You know, he put one up when some wind or some water coming through. Man, that white wind and water ain't never left, but we're in a state of emergency. And nobody ain't said nothing about it. Ain't no trumpet when I'm blowing the trumpet. We're in a state of emergency.
Amen.
So when one of us say something against how we being treated, how you go to being a terrorist? They said a terrorist, somebody that invoked fear. Well, that's what we got. We getting pulled over. That's what we got when we got a voice and we say something against what they do. That's terrorism. And they told us terrorism had to be stopped. Then why are we not stopping it? That's bad, man, how they train us. Go ahead and kill ourselves to get a piece of done tin can to put on our shirt. Get a piece of done knit cloth to put on our casket. White folk don't care nothing about a nigga with that stuff don't mean nothing. White boy with that stuff, here he get a movie. American Sniper. That's their story. That man can't tell you, I don't know what that white boy did. Don't tell how many wrong people he shot. White boy might have killed one good person if he did that much. Give you a story and you just sit around and believe it. Anybody that count them people kills? White people make up their kills. Y'all don't even know how these people work. They give away medal for some of the simplest stuff y'all don't even know about. They lie and put the story with you can get a medal for almost anything. Just the fact you made it back. They told him no, everybody got a medal, got one for heroics. Some of that stuff they get you for being somewhere near something. They just give you something, they just write you up because they like. You know how many white folk get stuff written up about them? And come home and tell them lies. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know about these people. Go ahead and believe when you see it on their car. Every one of them got a Purple Heart. Nigga heart full of hate. Nigga heart black. He got no Purple Heart. Somebody laugh. What color they gave you a Purple Heart? You almost got a Purple Heart. 2 up. You got 2 stars. 2 bronze stars. Did you kill anybody? They'll give you some stuff now. They ought to gave us something for the simple fact that they tricked her to go over there. Isn't that right? I'm like Ray Gilson. Give me that gun there, boss. I'm liable to shoot you with it. Sit over here and I leave here and get back. I'm still a nigga going to a color bathroom. No. Y'all all right? Let's try this thing work. We'll move quick because I'm talked up. I apologize. I got emotional. Some people look like us got killed, and for whatever reason I got emotional. If we could, before we get started, we could stand for a moment of silence for those that lost their life. Nobody else going to remember. For all those that lost their life, our people, innocent people that have been gunned down, people that stood up for the cause and that lost their life. These men that won't go home and kids going to be without a parent. Huh? Sandra, what was her name? Sandra Blanche. Did she have any kids? We lost them. How are we going to make baby without a woman? How are we going to do it? How are we going to run without a man in the home? Nobody going to stand and nod. There ain't nothing going to be done. She hung herself in the jail, and she was excited about going to get a job. She hung herself because she had a brake light out. Come on, folks. Thank you. All of them, the ones we don't know their names. Micah Johnson, in the bed, sleep, 90-something years old, gunned down. Where were the flags at? Police officer lied. You know they shot themselves? They shot themselves. Took a gun, and shot themselves in the leg. And told them that when they came in the house, I told her she got that, she's got a medal. She's better than Navy SEAL. You jump straight up from your seat, from sleep, and pop officer coming at you with gun out. With a 32, you done pop 3 hours before they done hit you. She better than that. That's some training. Straight from your sleep, Belinda, you popping 3 officers coming out here and they ain't got out one shot yet. In the door. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talking about the lady who house they did it a week or two before that. No knock search warrant, snatched her door hinge. That woman was in her 7, 8 years old, I think. You in your house sleep now, elderly, and your door's coming off the hinges? You thinking criminal, burglar, robber, crackhead, crazy doing crack nephew or somebody. Not police. You're not thinking policy enforcement. You know what they were doing that for? So they can buy those houses for regentrification. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Y'all didn't know why she was killed? Because that area over there is in regentrification. So when you start doing this, you got these people so scared. Guess what they were doing? Moving out. Now you got to ask yourself, what was policy enforcers getting by making people afraid to stay in their homes and move out? How were they being paid? Who were giving them the orders? Judges signing no-knock search warrants. People don't even know. When these people come to your house with these warrants, y'all need to know this. Give me a piece of paper. Let me borrow you a piece of paper for a second. Can I just borrow? I'm going to get it back to you. That'd be fine. I'm going to get it right back. Stand there, I'm knock on your door. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, open the door. Come on there. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. I got a certain one to come in your house. All right, come on. First of all, what you need to do is stop me. You need to check this. Let me tell you, you know why you need to check this, Leon? First of all, a judge probably didn't sign this, a clerk did. A lot of y'all don't know, a lot of these, they're not even signed by judges, they're signed by clerks. A clerk can't sign a certain one. But you know him being a nigga, what do you know? I'm a partisan for, I done hit him, I'm already in the house. See how that works? Clerks are signing their paperwork. Clerks are signing your paperwork. Everybody got to be stopped there and checked. Because if I ain't reading what you're giving it to me, if I don't have a right, why'd you even give it to me? Boom, 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 come on. Same thing. I gave it to him for a reason. Because legally he got to see it. He's got to be able to see it and make sure that because the warrant might say on the specific stuff I can do. Limited to. I done flipped this whole house up. Looking for what? If the warrant is for drugs, come on. I found the gun. Got it. Get on the ground. We found the gun. You going to jail now, nigga. The warrant is for drugs. The warrant didn't cover guns. Am I wrong what I just said? Okay, am I wrong what I just told them? People don't know this. These warrants are designated to certain things sometimes. They're not open broad to whatever you get. I said, I need to read it. I need to make sure he signed it. Who signed it? Somebody responsible for this. My home's going to be ripped apart. I need to read it. Who signed it? Did somebody sign for him? Because if it did, this ain't no good. Y'all know why somebody damn it been done up? Because we didn't know. You didn't know, Leon. You got a warrant. What was you supposed to do? Why would it not be right? A lot of times they go to these judges, they ain't even got no evidence. These judges can't sign up. That's what your Constitution and everything was set up for. It was to make sure that rights of people were not violated. These people are set on the bench to make sure. Only thing a judge is set here for, they're not supposed to be on either party side. You just don't know this. They ain't got no business trying to be friends with law enforcement. They're on the bench because they told you that justice was supposed to be. So why was it you could see your partners, but you were blind to the fact that these folk done came in my house and they didn't give you no, they got to come with reasonable cause. Why am I going to his house for drugs? Do we have an informant? The judge need to know this informant, make sure that folk been sworn. Is it credible? Why they ain't win his house? I just can't go in his house because I say I believe he got drugs. No judge can sign off on that. The reason how government was set up was to keep each one of these different units from doing their own thing. They're not supposed to be able to do their own thing. The president just can't go do what he wants. These people congregating them can stop him on some stuff. They said there's somebody, they try to be pull power from people. Because you leave one man with too much power, it becomes dangerous. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know that. Am I wrong? Y'all didn't know that. That's what you're supposed to have. But nobody's checking or balancing nothing when it comes to us. Where's the balance when it comes to us? That's all I'm saying. Just check behind me. Let me do this quick. Show y'all something. Our discussion was changing policy makers in order to change policy enforcers. Y'all got me? Let's work with this. Nakum y'all. Matter of fact, Romans. Y'all go ahead and get me Nakum y'all. Romans 15, 1. I'm sorry. Hadasha. I like Nakum y'all. Got to think about knocking a nigga out. Hadasha, 4 and 1. Matter of fact, 3. We're going to go here on twice. We're going to work with this. Just a little bit. I'm going to try to get y'all through. Y'all good? 3 and make it about 3, 7, then Hadasha. So it'll make you a threat. Once you say something and you start to be able to think, then you become enemy combatant. That's what they make up. Then that's the stuff we got to do. Start letting everybody make your enemies. They make your enemies. Let me tell you something. Just show you how they program your mind. 2, 3, 16. Just show how something works. When we was coming up, you remember wrestling Uncle Ted years ago? Any of y'all remember wrestling years ago? I'm talking about years ago. They had people like wrestling number 1, wrestling number 2. Who remember wrestling number 1, wrestling number 2? All right, I'm going to ask y'all for side. Wrestling number 1, what side was he on? Huh? He was on the good side. That's how they get you in a way. They had, what would we say, wrestling number 1 was on the good side? All right, we'll go good side. Wrestling number 2. He was actually on both. He switched hit. Who else you had? The assassins. What side the assassins were on? Bad side. We'll go with. Don't worry about how to spell it. I'm just put A-S and then Princess and Felicia going to be at home. Anyway, Abdullah Jabutcha. Good side. What about the sheep? Bad side. Sheep on the bad side. Reason why I say that, now we're going to look at people like Hulk Hogan kind of switch hit. He was both. He get Hulk Hogan both of them. But the reason why I say that, at one time when you had wrestling, you could distinguish. You could distinguish right off, which made you automatically like all these people, Automatically hate these. How many of y'all like Hulk Hogan when he was on the good side? How many of y'all didn't like him when he was on the bad side? I didn't either. How many of y'all didn't like him when he was on the bad side? Good. Now, let me ask you a question. What changed? Let me tell you what changed. What changed with the propaganda? He was still the same person, the same fighter. Which means what I was doing was an experiment with you guys. When I said me, let's go with them. I gave you these people. I gave you a side. And I told you these people were good. I gave you these people. I told you they were bad. Ric Flair, what side? Bad. Now, later on, the wrestling kept going. Now, if you notice, there's no side. Ain't no side. It worked. Because I distinctly showed you who to like and who not to like. All this was an experiment. This was a test. This was only a test. Had this been an actual emergency, you'd have been notified. See, I programmed you to make you like these people. I programmed, then I would move something out here, you'd be like, oh, man, he on the back. Man, I can't stand him. Man, Ted DiBiase, who remember him? What side was he on? No, he was on the good side first. Yes, he was. Then they moved him to the bad side. That's when you hated. He came out that $1 million jack. He was never that person. Only person ever played rich in wrestling was Ric Flair. He got rid of that image. When he first came out, he was known for the money, for the golden boy, and for the women. Then later they trained you over and put him back, and he was just a fighter. The nature boy. See, I programmed you. That's how they program. They make you like and dislike. They make you call good and bad. Once a person moves here, you automatically change. If people loved me when I was Jesus, I came here. Ask them what changed. What is I never agreed with same-sex marriages when I was with Jesus. I didn't agree with adultery when I was with Jesus. I didn't agree with wrong when I was with Jesus. I came to Yahushua, which is the truth, and I'm better. I'm actually on this side, and I was on the bad side. I was with Jesus. But they programmed them to hate me because Jesus is what you know. Christian antics is what you know. So a lot of time our hate for people is basically given to us by them. Huh? Let me show you something right quick. Mark. See if it's 7-1. I'm trying to be quiet to take my watch off. I'm trying to move quick. So I don't hold y'all too long because some of y'all got exercise. Some of y'all ain't going to bust a flying flip, do nothing. Some of y'all getting fat. I told you, take your clothes out, look in the mirror and say, this is what I want to be, fat. I don't want to see none of my bottom parts. I like all these BBs in my legs. Keep going. See, the book told y'all to pray that your flight be not in the winter. Not on Shabbat day. He told her when these folks come, he told you to flee to the mountain. How you going to flee when you fat? You're going to be fighting flies. Because you're going to have so many maggots on your body. Everybody, let's get it together. I need y'all to get conscious. I need y'all to get in here and take care of yourself. Y'all shouldn't be thinking about nobody between y'all legs when you can't open them up. Stop it. When you spread your leg this far and they still together, this is bad. Okay? I put a tape up there. I put a video up there of Amber exercising. She getting on it. Y'all don't want to mess around. Make sure we post that video. She was getting it too. Rock hard abs. Listen to this. 7th chapter of the book of Mark, 7-1. Listen. I got to move through quick. Listen.
Then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem, and when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled,
that is,
to say,
with what?
Unwashed hands.
Look what they said. First thing came out, they said defiled. I hear you say something defiled. You hear me say something defiled. What you thinking? Nasty, just filthy, unclean. Just you thinking defiled, but see, somebody had to tell you what they meant. They were talking about hands weren't washed. Listen what happened.
They found fault.
They found fault. Tell me what happened, son.
For the Pharisees,
except what?
And all the Yahudim,
yeah,
except they wash their hands off.
They do what?
Eat not.
Talk to me, son.
Holding the tradition of the elders.
Doing what?
And when they come from the market,
what happened?
Except they wash.
They do what?
Eat not.
What happened?
And many other things there be which they have received to hold, as the washing of cups and pots, brazen vessels, and of tables.
What happened?
Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him,
Yeah.
Why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders?
That's what they want to know with the so-called Negro. They want to know why y'all not doing what they do. See, a lot of time what can make what you do look so bad is because it ain't what they doing. They was called to fire. All they ain't washed their hands. We're not saying it was, that they shouldn't have, but they called it defile. But had nobody cleaned it up, we said they were defiled. What we thinking? Man, all kind of stuff these guys doing. Fornicating, adultery, and sleeping with kids. I mean, defile, that's a broad. That's broad. And all they want to know, all of the politicians, everybody that follow the politicians all do the same thing. Y'all follow what I'm trying to tell you? We're talking about policy makers. And these policy makers are doing the same thing that the former policy makers before them did. They were holding the same tradition. So now when they view his followers, y'all not right. The book is a book of governments. You just don't know it. Now, let me tell you something. Am I the best at it? No. Am I the worst? Never. And this is not the language. I take their stuff and I show them they're wrong. Now, all I'm trying to get y'all to look at what it's going to put in your minds of the people when you sit here looking at all the government do this, everybody that follows the government does this, and you don't do it. It means you're against government. It means you don't follow policy, protocol. Let's hear what Yahushua said.
But eat bread with unwashed hands. He answered and said unto them,
What did he tell them?
Well hath Yashayahu prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips.
And do what?
But their heart is far from me.
Tell them what they do, son.
Howbeit in vain.
They do what?
Do they worship me.
Because they got a national day of prayer.
Teaching.
They always talk about God.
For doctrines.
That's what it is. God, country, duty.
The commandments of men.
Ain't that what they teach you? God, country, duty. He said that's what they do. With your mouth you say anything. He said, but in vain you do worship me. What did they do?
Teaching for doctrine.
What was it?
Commandments of men.
Go and look at what they taught you and how they got you looking at people like me. They're trying to get you to stand and look at what's right. They're going to teach you by the doctrine of men. They're going to show you other stuff, how they programmed Dr. King. Every one of our black civil rights leaders they put on that line that went to nonviolent stuff. Gun all these people, they programmed to do that. Who you think they put up as iconic? You know what they tell you? Y'all young people, y'all shaming Dr. King miserable. You know what he's doing right now, Dan? You ain't going to believe this. Stop it. You don't even know. You ain't no way you can know. He's rolling over in their grave right now. You know what he's saying? I'm ashamed of you, but I slept with them hoes. Isn't that right? A long time ago. Back in 64. But I'm just being honest. You got to look at who they always show you as icon. They're not going to show you Malcolm. Because Malcolm never took no beating from white people. They ain't not Malcolm and the nation was not taking no butt whipping from these white people. They knew who behind the whip. Malcolm let them know. He said, I'm not going to put down my gun. You tell your people put away their guns. King told their people don't get guns. King told them be nonviolent, don't get in the line. King got their head busted. All them people that got their head busted, beat up and locked. How many times Malcolm was locked up? When Malcolm locked up, Malcolm was selling dope. Malcolm was breaking in houses. Malcolm was gambling. Malcolm was on the right side and stopped that stuff. Malcolm wasn't going to jail for that foolishness. They weren't going for it. You see the difference? But this is what they do. They teach for doctrine the commandments of men. Tell them what you had to do that, DeVal.
For laying aside
the who?
Commandment of Elohim.
That's what the problem is right there. See, they won't take the commandments of what he said. They ain't going to obey none of his laws of what he said. We supposed to have just weights. Whatever I'm supposed to do right by you, I'm supposed to do right by another nation. I'm supposed to have a just weight. Just balance, just he. I ain't supposed to have no diverse weights. I don't know how these people fit to even be judges. You're not supposed to have no different law. I can judge a matter if it's black on white. Don't make me no different because it's black or white. Right's still right. That don't change because of no color. I get a matter with y'all. I don't care if it's husband or wife. I don't care who it is. I don't care who with me or not. When I hear the matter, I'm going to judge the matter on what's right. I care less where our relationship is. That has nothing to do with nothing. What has something to do with something is let's deal with what's right. I ain't go with that's my boy, that's my nigga. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Let's go with what's right. Right don't change. Well, it's sad, white don't change. Listen.
Ye hold the tradition of men.
As the what?
Washing of pots and cups.
And what else?
Many others such like things ye do.
And what happened?
And he said unto them.
What did he tell them?
Full well.
You did what?
Reject the commandment of Elohim.
Tell them for what reason?
That ye may keep your own tradition.
That's what you need to pay attention to. That's why they don't want to take what he say. Because you can't take what he say and keep your way. That's why I had to change. See, when they talk about submission, Islam means total submission. No, what we got is total submission. They come through not by word, but by teaching. They come through by information. Y'all got me? See, in order to do what he say do, you're going to have to let go of everything. See, that's how you know they had never obeyed. Because he let you know you keep your own stuff. That's why you don't obey what I tell you to do. That's why they'll keep Sunday. They'll jump the National Day of Prayer. They'll jump the calling God when they're convenient. But then other time you run with these sisters and homos. Giving right side to them. Let them adopt kids. Letting the same people go in the same bathroom. None of that stuff line up with no law. And I wasn't there jumping those right movement for us and don't talk about that fight for no sissy. Leave them doing sissy where they at. What's wrong with the sissy taking a shot? You already been getting shot in the behind. That's right. One more ain't gonna hurt you. Nasty niggas. White, black, Mexican, Asian, whatever, because you're still a nasty nigga. Sitting on a woman, got no beard, no vaginal hair in her mouth. Isn't that right? Y'all all right? All right. That when a woman use Vagisil when them women trying to go out there and eat up. Seal it up. Close the book. We'll be looking for a man. Need a man to sit over that thing. Isn't that right? They can go in and know how to go out. You ain't got no beard, no darn woman. Set a man over there. No darn beard, no woman between your darn legs. Nasty heifer. Y'all all right? Amen. All right. Shaul said we got authority to lead about a sister, a wife. No woman got no darn business trying to lead no woman. It's sick. Come on, no darn woman, your husband. Come on, son, jump me over here to 2 Timothy 3:16 and give me Romans 15:1. And we're going to try to roll through Hadassah. We'll just work it out with Hadassah tonight. Let's see if what I said made sense. Isn't that right? I don't want to twist now, but I want y'all to see something. Of course, they'll say I twisted, use my own resource, they said. But again, we're looking at who programmed the people to look at things a certain way. The Pharisees, they told you, the Pharisees, that's what they did. Everybody that followed them did the same thing. But Yahushua and the people that were with him were different. See, anytime you take on the word, there's going to be, the book told that there's supposed to be a difference between clean. Because you know, he looked at, you might wash your hand, but you ain't clean your heart. Right. All that plate washing, table washing, you ain't clean inside of your heart. You ain't clean it to enough that you're obeying what the words say. That's what he's looking at. Yeah. That's what we've been taught. When it comes down to our purification, we were taught to purify in and out. Yeah. See, but a hypocrite just appear to look on outside, but there's nothing on the heart. That's what we look at. Don't let these people go and demon tell you who bad and who good. Don't listen to these people. They said what them people was. I don't know them people. Hero, I don't know them people. I know some people were killed. What I know they was. How you come up with all this heroic and all these people were great? I don't know nothing about them.
Amen.
I know you killed 4 black people and you ain't said nothing about them. Why don't you tell about their heroics?
Amen.
Nobody want to talk about that. It's amazing how they program you not to care about yourself. Well, you know what? You not caring about them was a strike against teaching you. I taught you to hate yourself so much. It don't even matter when nobody look like you get killed and gunned down. It don't even faze you. The fact that we sat back, we need to find out that black officer. I need some research. Find me out that lady and where she at. We're going to send her some money.
Amen.
Anybody want to get involved with the cause? Help. See, this is what we got to stop. When our people stand up and make a plight and say, she right. She said, you sit here and you don't know how to treat white. She didn't just leave it to us. Asian men, she said, take off the uniform. You ain't got no business with it on. How you get suspended? Where suspension come from? When did she say kill them? She was talking about you don't know how to treat any of these others. And she said, you afraid of them? Take it off. She right.
Amen.
How we let that lady get fired? You know what I mean? That's why other officers can't come out. Because think about it. What are we going to do for you? We're going to let these white nasty crackers fire them, mistreat them, and run them off. These people go broke for us. Yeah. That lady put a lot on the line. Now you know they threatening her life. And we got to let her know, if she come up dead, she ain't going to be the only one. We got to let them know it is bad that we got to let our women stand up for us. Yep. And we leave them out in the cold. Yep. That junk got to stop.
Amen.
These other black officers ought to be tired of their foolishness.
That's right.
They know that woman ain't said nothing wrong. Tell them, no, ain't doing no fool. Y'all know that junk wrong. Yep. Got the daddy police old egghead nigga look like E.T. So done stupid, you dumb nigga. That's right. Still kissing them white boys behind. Soon as y'all, they gonna shoot your doing kids down. Yep.
That's right.
One of them white Republicans already told Obama he got his behind next. Yep. That's why I need to be president 1 week. I stop all that white boy stuff. I'm kicking in doors on them white boys. Where you at, white boy? Talk about my wife. I don't want to talk about that booty. I'll tell this white about that too. That Burger King got that booty fat like he light up. Get that girl another Whopper. Don't cut that man booty off. Some of the jokers like that wide load. Ain't that right? Turn a corner and take about a day before it come around. Some of them all right with it. Isn't that right? Right, think about that thing, ain't it? I just said I seen his eyes start glistening. That light hit his eye. I seen that glitter in your eye, Joker. Don't play. Man was glittering like a man looking for a cold bill. I hit a drink. I know nigga eyes start glittering. Think about that cold bill. Been working and tired. Look at him. I mean, if it come, I'll take it. Well, go on, let's look at that. Listen.
All scripture
is given
by inspiration of Elohim
and is profitable
for doctrine,
for what else?
Reproof,
for what else?
Correction,
and what else?
For instruction in Sadiq.
For what reason?
That the man of Elohim
may be what?
Perfect,
complete, blameless, thoroughly
furnished
unto what?
All good works.
15:1, Romans. We
then that are strong
ought
to bear the infirmities of the weak.
That word ought by their definition means expected or obligated to bear the infirmities of the weak. Well, the people that dead weak, they're gone. Why we ain't carrying it? But listen to what he said.
And not to please ourselves.
That's why we all still sitting around not doing nothing. See, right now we're in a state where while some of the soldiers are out on the line defending and fighting, we're trying to make sure we're properly trained. I'm talking about mentally. Mentally, you need to be where you need to be to understand the plight. That's why people quit and stop and they don't really understand the plight. See, what I'm going to try to teach you and show you is what they didn't show you with the book. So I'm going to show they took this book and they taught you a passive way, but I'm going to show you it ain't so with this book now. Now, he just told you we didn't know strong. Now, if I'm strong, how am I going to bear his infirmity? I'm down on my knees, telling my hands up, don't shoot, laying on the ground. I ain't going to let nobody turn me. I know, nigga. Certainly, had you turn, you'd have stopped. You know what he said? If my people which are called by my name will humble themselves, do what? Seek what? What does he told him to do? Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Whole time you don't realize he's looking at you saying, that's your problem. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. But the whole thing he told you to do was do what? Turn from your wicked ways. That's why he hadn't heard us. We don't sung them Negro songs, them slave nigga jive songs, and them got us beat and burned and hung. Singing no more nigga spirit. They ain't jumping out here, nigga spirit. I'm going home sick. Throw up on something. I don't want to hear that jump. You know, song make a nigga want to get on their knees and get beat in the face. Some white boy just come up by jacket. Boom, boom, little white boy this big. I'm just sitting at the bar, they just rocking. They showing this junk 20, 30 years later. What are you getting out of this film? All I'm thinking, elbow this white boy out the window. I will thunderbolt Palace in this white boy. I'm a grown man paying my money. I'm getting slapped across the head with a glass drug and throw it all on the ground. I'm just laying, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Tony take you to the hospital, nigga. Your head busted. I think about it. I love old people. I had a friend, Mr. George. He was out there when they got started. He used to be in the movement. He said they were down there marching in Savannah. They told him about nonviolence. He's mouth looking at us and said, one of them white boys called me nigga. So I got a rock and throw it. Scars! I bust that white boy head off. He said, man, the whole crowd dispersed. He said, man, they whooped their. He said, man, we crawled on the house. He said, police throw tear gas, knocked us out. We was all out, knocked out. He said, went on that dread, pulled up, out, rats up there. He said, rat like the size of a cat. He said, I couldn't take it. He's out there lying, that white boy, holler, call him a nigga. He said, I took that rock and opened that white boy head up. Yow! I don't talk about Mr. Jordan. He was with all of them. He know all of them, Joe. We had a long talk. He sat and talked to me. Man gave me a lot of information, a lot of knowledge about these folks. He sat and watched them. Everybody just quit and walked down. I'm with him, man. Jose was like that. You weren't whipping Jose. Go look how many fans they got whipping Jose behind. Jose wasn't playing. He would tell him, I ain't taking no white boy hitting on me. He would tell there was a crock in a minute. He taught on nothing till he tell him. He said, Crocker told me white folk, he'd be like, keep it the same way. Crocker ain't derogatory, just mean they the people with the whip. We got to become the Crocker. Why we ain't got the whip? We got to doing whipping. Cut this foolishness off. We then out of strong got the bad infirmities of the weak and not to please who?
Ourselves.
For even who?
Let every one of us
esteem who?
Please his neighbor.
For what happened?
His good to edification.
Listen.
For even the Mashiach please not himself.
As it is what?
Written.
The reproaches of them
that reproach thee.
Fell where?
On me.
Look at that. One black person do something wrong, all are drug dealers. All are terror. How that come up? But then when one white person, when 50 white folks do something, we can't blame all them. How that work? One black person do something, all us and them. All us bad. All us drug dealers. All us criminal. 50, 100 white folk do something wrong. They say, you can't judge everybody by that. You just got to pray and give it to the Lord. When white folk ever seen on TV come out praying to the Lord? Why they don't sing and let nobody turn them around? Because white folk look at they turn what they want to do and turn. We got to stop this fool. You sing them oppressive song and they keep beating your behind. Listen.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
What was it written for, son?
Our learning.
That we,
through patience,
comfort
of the scriptures, might have hope.
What is comfort? Sometimes you going through something you don't feel well, people might bring you a pillow. People might give you something to comfort you. Y'all know about that? The book said now, whatsoever things were written aforetime, written for our learning, information, comprehension, that we through patience and comfort of the scripture might
have hope.
I'm trying to hold that wide so I can pay attention. Let's roll, son. Hadasha, 3 and 7. Let's see how long it take. The rest of y'all don't think you get out of working out. That won't happen. And we finna change the workout. Couple of them got a piece of it last night. Don't try to play that. Before that fall down the step stuff, either nigga, the rent due. Oh, we got to get in shape. Take care of ourselves. Sarah, you looking to get married too in the zone eventually. I want to get y'all right. I want y'all getting puff all out. I can't breathe. There's some more men here can't breathe. I'm going to get they behind together. Everybody get together. We got to get in shape. Love ourselves. Not with your hands. It's hands-free. They're like a speakerphone, like it's for hands-free. Isn't that right? Love yourself hands-free. Isn't that right? They'll catch on later. Hadasha 3 and 7. Listen.
In the first moon, that is the moon Abib, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pur, that is the lot.
Back me up and make it 3 and about 4. Hadasha 3 and 4. Listen.
Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters were standing.
We got to back up, Brandon. Get me up a little further. 3 and 3? 3 and 1 be fine. Thank you. 3 and 1. Let's roll that thing, Brandon. Listen.
After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman,
y'all hear this? After these things, he promoted Haman. Listen.
The son of Hammedatha, the Agagite.
The bastard. He ain't nothing but a bastard. Nigga, bastard, ain't nothing but word. Care about no enemy. Ain't worried about how I pronounce no enemy name. Nothing but a bastard. Bastard illegitimate for those that hear me. Listen.
And set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
And he set above his seat above all the princes that were with him.
And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate.
What happened?
Bowed and reverenced Haman.
It makes sense. They were all in the same government. Why wouldn't it? See, what I'm trying to get y'all to see, all governments stand together. All that Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, that's what they play in front of your face. The Republican Party clearly told they didn't want Donald Trump and they hated him. But then they got down to it, what they do, they jump in and do what they do. They're going to support their white boy. They're going to give him a good running mate and work together. Because government together, and some of them say, well, I'm going to get Hillary. Republicans saying vote for Hillary. How did you jump party? Because what they try to tell you, it's about the party, ain't about the candidate. See, when you're a party line voter, they don't think. You just go with the party. These folks don't know how they work. They stay with the party. It don't matter. You stay with the party. These folks jump line and say, some of them say, vote for Hillary before you get him in. Because they show you they all the same people. How all of a sudden I done left all my principal belief. Less government. Less government control. More control of the people. Tax break cuts for whites, for rich Americans. And all of a sudden now put more money in the people's pocket to go on a Democrat with more government. More control. Less money in the hands of the people. Because I don't like Donald Trump. Because all of the same people. We the same devil. Y'all just don't say it. It's the same devil. Listen.
For the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai
Y'all hear
bowed
this?
not.
The king gave commandment concerning this. But what happened?
But Mordecai bowed not.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Why we on our knees? Why these niggas teaching us get on our knees like this when they come and just get down, hands up? Mordecai wouldn't do it. So you got to watch these leaders come in and sell you their principle doctrine of getting on your knees and stopping and laying down. Because Mordecai didn't do it. Now, the king gave a commandment that everybody did. Everybody in politics, everybody that was in the government did the same thing. They all bowed and gave reverence to him just like the head man told them. But Mordecai didn't do it. Listen.
Nor did him reverence.
Nor did he even give respect to him. Listen.
Then the king's servants.
I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show you a real nigga. Listen.
Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate,
what happened?
said unto Mordecai,
what did they say?
Why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
You know when white folk come and tell you, you supposed to respect the seat, Leon. It ain't about the person. You respect the position, and you need to honor position. How many of y'all done heard that before? Don't matter they tell you about the president. Don't matter if you don't like. Why they don't say it about, but they don't never say it about Obama. They said it about Bush. Even if you didn't like what they said, you honor the position you hold. When have you ever heard them say that about Obama? See, these niggas flip-flop. See, pay attention. That's how government works. So this is what they're going to do. We're going to use you hypothetically. You're going to be Mordecai. We're trying to tell you, Leon, you're supposed to honor the seat. That's who in charge. That's who been elected, and you're supposed to follow. But Mordecai, he wouldn't do it. And neither he didn't give respect to him. Listen.
Now it came to pass.
What happened?
When they spake daily unto him.
So there wasn't no one time. They taught that man every day about this. What happened?
And he hearkened not unto them.
And he wouldn't listen. What happened, son?
That they told Haman.
They told Haman, listen what happened.
To see whether Mordecai's matters would stand.
They were trying to see if they can get government to change it. So we're going to start looking at policy now. You're looking at a policy maker, and you're going to look at policy. Listen.
For he had told them that he was a Yehudi.
What we saying we do? I'm Yehudi, and I'm sticking to the statement. Y'all going to stick with the statement?
Amen.
I mean, they came to him daily. He ain't changed one time. He done told, I'm Yehudi. Yehudi don't bow and get no reverence to these people. That's who they were. Yehudi don't do it. Listen to the book. They don't know nothing about their books. Listen.
And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not.
Tell him what he did.
Nor did him reverence.
What happened?
Then was Haman full of wrath.
He was full of anger. Tell him what he did, Brandon.
And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone.
Then what happened?
For they had shewed him, the people of Mordecai, wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Yahudim that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai.
See how they work? It's called extermination. Let me tell you what they do. They teach y'all this when you learn exterminate. When you're trying to kill the animal, they'll tell you, kill the queen. Because the queen is the host to the other insects. This is what they were looking at. Kill Mordecai, and you'll kill all these people that's with him. That's how they've always worked. So I told you, use your book. When he laid hands on, they realized something. The people with him are going to follow the same pattern. Look what they did with the Black Panther Party. When they took out Huey P. Newton, they took him down in Bobby style, what happened? They started arresting others, killing others, putting up Shakur, who's not Tupac's father, but who was with his mother. This man got life in prison. Nobody got him out. Another man that risked his life for us. For our cause. We done nothing. People don't even know who he is. Didn't know his son. Talking about his mama, who he didn't like, who constantly talked about his skin because he wasn't dark enough, who made fun of him. But you see, Mama, I love you. Mama, thank you for the love that you gave me. Mama was a crackhead. They put on crack. They made her hit a black son. What they were going to do? Listen, they dismantled our group with drugs. They dismantled our group with propaganda. That's how they always do it. And in the program at work, they taught her to hate her own son. Y'all check behind me. Please don't let me sit up here and keep lying. Don't let me lie on these people. This is how these people work. They destroy internally. That's how you make a real a non-existence of a, you destroy internally. They knew they took down Mordecai and take down the people that followed him. That's what they did. Everybody that was a proponent for the Black Panther Party, they came after him. They got him. They labeled you a terrorist. He was a threat to the country. But in 2006, FBI made a statement. The worst threat to security in the United States. You know what it is, Boston? White supremacists joined the police force. In 2006, the FBI stated that the worst security breach they had and threat was these white supremacists would join the police force. But we're not going to talk about that. Huh? Then talk about Black Panther Party. Then talk about the NAACP. See, let me tell you what y'all didn't know. Military. Our military here. They passed a policy where you can't get tattoos anymore when you come in. It was because of the white boys. The white boys were coming in with their signatures. They were putting their signatures on. See, they found out that what the whites were doing, all these militia groups, all are military, because they are sitting there through to learn, to infiltrate. So when they get their basic training, they come out and they come back to the militia. So they start watching. They've been trying to, they ain't even told y'all what they've been doing because they know these blacks will lose it. Y'all don't even know about this. This ain't even private information. They've been sending their whites through there. And some of the whites, they were coming in, they had their swastika, they had all their stuff on them. That's why they stopped them from putting it on. They white boys go through the military. That's where they get their training from. Y'all gonna let me get away with this? Check behind me. Because y'all ain't check behind none of these white people, huh? These white folks, they sent them through that. You go through the military. All of them been through the military. Where you think they get their training from? Why y'all think these white supremacists put their people on their police force? Let me tell you the first people police force is going to hire. Military, top of the chain. You know why? Because you know about orders. You've been trained not to think. A soldier take orders. Am I correct? You're supposed to think. You follow orders. That's what a soldier do. That's why they'll take you for a police for anybody else. Soldiers don't think. Soldiers ain't supposed to think. Huh? When it's raining, do it rain in the Army, Hayward? It rain on the Army. Do that make sense to y'all? That's called programming. Don't rain in him. Rain on us. They train you to do this stuff. So what you think the psyche is why they would want a military person on police force for anybody else? Because you already been bought into the hype. You understand how authority works. You know rule. You know operation. Huh? They don't like me not, do they? Come on, let's see what happened. Listen.
In the first moon, that is the month Abib, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast Pur, that is the lot, before Haman from Yum to Yum.
Y'all hear this? Listen, wow.
And from moon to moon, to the 12th moon, that is the moon, Shanim Ashar.
Yeah.
And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus,
what did he say?
There is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom.
What happened, Brandon?
And their laws are diverse from all people.
Y'all see that? Their laws are different from everybody else's laws. Listen what happened.
Neither keep they the king's laws.
See that? Wouldn't keep the king's law. Tell them what happened, Brandon.
Therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
What happened?
If it please the king,
what you want?
let it be written that
wow. Let a policy be made. See, these people all about paperwork. Huh? They can't see. Y'all don't realize how white people work. Paperwork is important to them. Paperwork is important. Just like with sovereignty, guess what you had to have? Paperwork. Because at this point, you're looking at the people that's here, but they're sovereign. These sovereign people don't acknowledge this stuff. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Why you think he wasn't doing it? See, when you're sovereign, you don't have to bow to this stuff. It didn't make sense. I'm not doing it. So now there needs to be a policy made to keep these people from being sovereign. There needs to be something being invoked to stop these people from their right of worship. There needs to be something to change these people to make them obey and follow policy. Let's see how they work. Come on, son.
If it please the king,
Yes.
let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasuries.
Y'all see that? It's about dollars, too. Our death, our existence has always been about dollars. That's why they brought you as a slave. It's about dollars. Even in killing you, it's about dollars. Your body parts are some of the most expensive parts on the market. White people need you. Let me tell y'all something. Your organs are the most important organs on the market. White people organs ain't worth a flying flip. They need you to die. They need your organs. You just don't know this. Because you've been told you was a nigga all this time. He needs your body for experiments. Y'all have no idea how these people work. So this got to look at something. Because now if you're going to go and you're going to take away labor, if you're going to take away income, it's got to be replenished. Why do you think he's offering them money? He's offering them money because it's got to be a replacement. I'm not going to give you something for something. They'll pay. These people will pay for you to be killed. Okay. Did he just go in and talk about killing them for free? No, I'm willing to pay you for their deaths. I'm willing to pay you for their destruction. You are on the market. People, y'all didn't know y'all were marketable? There's a cost associated with killing you. Go over in Africa. Look at all these wars and the stuff they got in Africa with black on black. Ask yourself this. How these poor countries affording bullets and guns? No water, can't get water, don't have nothing to eat, got AIDS, but you got plenty of bullets and guns. Got gas to get cars and vehicles to move people and transport people. Got radios, but you ain't got no food and no water because somebody paying for it. Don't be stupid. What bank native going first bank of natives? Where that's at? White people sponsor it. Y'all don't know these people. They don't want me to tell y'all this. They don't want me to tell you that because now you start looking at them differently, don't you? You always should have looked at them different. Listen.
And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it unto Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Yahudim's enemy.
Yes. You hear that? Our enemy. Listen.
And the king said unto Haman, the silver is given to thee, the people also to do with them as it seemeth good to thee.
Yeah.
Then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first moon.
For what?
And there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof.
Y'all see what I'm trying to get y'all to see? Policy. So now once that part was written, it was given to people to enforce it. You see how everything worked? I told you where your fight has to turn to. Not policy enforcers. You need to fight the policy maker. That's what I want to teach you. I'm trying to teach you by the book so you can see for yourself. Policy had to be put in place to do this. When you're watching these people on the street that's gunning you down, sweetie, it's policy. Every department has policy. There's a policy in place that's getting you shot, getting you killed. Armed or unarmed. Y'all understand me? Because somebody wrote policy. Before policy was wrote, who touched them? Who bothered them, Daniel? Come on, son.
And to every people after their language.
Listen.
In the name of King Ahasuerus was it written.
Yeah.
And sealed with the king's ring.
Come on.
And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish.
I wonder what's happening with everybody that look like us on all the globe. You know what kind of poor connect you got to kill people in 120 provinces? From Ethiopia to India? We ain't just getting killed here, we getting slaughtered everywhere. Y'all know how many people are involved with the massacre and slaughter of our people? That you should be killed, massacred in every province. Listen.
And to cause to perish all Yahudim.
That's why our women and our kids are dying. Listen.
Both young and old.
Come on.
Little children and women.
I wonder if this ever happened before. Well, kids getting murdered. Y'all ain't never heard nothing like that, have you? See, this back in the old Bible days when black kids were being killed and women. Huh? No, dang it, it's back in the Bible days. Way back in the Bible days, Noah told the people it's gonna rain. Oh, nigger slave song. This the Bible days.
That's right.
How the Bible days gone? Stupid self. Listen.
In 1 yom,
Listen.
even upon the 13th yom of the 12th moon, which is the moon Shani Mashar,
Come on.
and to take the spoil of them for a prey.
Listen.
The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people,
Look at that. Policy been involved. Listen.
that they should be ready against that day.
Listen.
The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given in Shushan the palace.
Yeah.
And the king and Haman sat down to drink,
Yeah.
but the city Shushan was perplexed.
Come on.
Chapter 4.
Listen.
When Mordecai perceived all that was done,
Y'all hear that? When Mordecai perceived what was done, listen.
Mordecai rent his clothes
He tore his clothes. Come on.
and put on sackcloth with ashes,
Yeah.
and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and a bitter cry,
Listen.
and came even before the king's gate,
Yeah.
for none might enter into the king's
Y'all hear
gate
that? None might enter into the king's gate, but who?
clothed with sackcloth.
With sackcloth. Listen.
And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came,
Yes.
there was great mourning among the Yahudim,
Listen.
and fasting, and weeping and wailing,
Listen.
and many lay in sackcloth and ashes.
Come on.
So Hadashah's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her.
Listen.
Then was Hadashah exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai,
Yeah.
and to take away his sackcloth from him.
Yeah.
But he received it not.
Y'all know what got to happen with us? I told y'all we got to break out these people's stuff. They killing us, Daniel. He looked at when the creeper going out to kill us. Why you don't keep wearing this stuff? I told y'all this. He looked at it. They killing us. Why am I keep wearing this stuff? Don't make sense. Listen.
Then called Hadashah for Hatak,
Yeah.
one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her,
Yeah.
and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was.
Yes.
So Hatak went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate.
Yes.
And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him,
Yes.
and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasuries for the Yahudim,
Listen.
to destroy them. Also, he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was
Gave
given
her a
at
copy of the
Shushan,
policy. Come on.
to destroy them, to shew it unto Hadashah,
Listen.
and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him,
Yeah.
and to make request before him for her people.
Yeah.
And Hatak came and told Hadashah the words of Mordecai.
Yeah.
Again Hadashah spake unto Hatak, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death.
And look at that, you go to the White House. Go there and try to go through that gate, and they don't let you down. And they ain't told you can come. There's one law to kill you. See, this ain't new. Go there and try to go to that White House. That's Shushan. That's the palace. Try to go up there. There's one law. If you get caught in that property, they ain't tell you to come in there. What happened? Man or woman, you getting down. Listen.
Except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter.
That's how Jay-Z and the rest of them getting it, because they sell out. All these people done sold out. Listen.
That he may live.
Come on.
But I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days.
Listen.
And they told to Mordecai Hadashah's words.
Yeah.
Then Mordecai commanded to answer Hadashah, think not with thyself
Then what happened?
that thou shalt escape in the king's house,
Yeah.
more than all the Yahudim.
Why?
For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this
Stop tearing
time,
that finger up. Hold it off. Hold it off. Come on.
then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Yahudim from another place.
And what happened?
But thou and thy father's house
Do what?
shall be destroyed.
Anybody that don't help us, you going down. Listen.
And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
That's what Obama don't even realize. All right, he been set up in that position for such a time as this. And he don't even realize it. Come on, son, to chapter 6. Hadassah 6. I'm going to try to get y'all finished up. We just look at something right quick. Y'all know me. I'm just on my little rant raid. None of it makes sense. I twist the Bible up all the time. 6:1. Listen.
On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records and they were read before the king. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus. And the king said, what honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai
Before
for this?
you give me that, jump over to 5. 5:1. Listen.
Now it came to pass on the 3rd Yom that Hadassah put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Hadassah standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. And the king held out to Hadassah the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Hadassah drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Hadassah? And what is thy request?
Come on.
It shall be even given thee to the half of the kingdom.
Come on.
And Hadassah answered, if it seem good unto the king,
Yeah.
let the king and Haman come this Yom unto the banquet that I have prepared for him.
Yeah.
Then the king said, cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Hadassah hath said.
Yeah.
So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Hadassah had prepared.
Yeah.
And the king said unto Hadassah at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed.
Yeah.
Then answered Hadassah and said, my petition and my request is, if I have found favor in the sight of the king,
Yeah.
and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king hath said.
Yes.
Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart.
Yeah.
But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate,
Pay attention. But when Mordecai did what?
but when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate,
When he seen who now?
Mordecai
In where?
in the king's gate,
Tell me what happened, son.
that he stood not up,
That he did what?
stood not up,
That he stood. What else he didn't do, Brandon?
nor moved for him.
Come on for a minute. I'm trying to walk this way. You got to go around. I ain't moving. See, folk don't realize we got militant in us. He wasn't moving. He didn't get up. Now on top of that, I ain't moving. He had to go around him. See, these folk come up with this subservient foolishness they got. That's not our teaching. Now, it's been a decree given out at that point that everybody got to do this or what's going to happen to him. Mordecai didn't move, and he definitely wasn't finna say he didn't get up for him. I don't know why y'all be stumbling this fast for no peace sake. I don't believe in it. Every other religion that don't believe in something, they stand with what they do. Why we don't let people give what we believe? I ain't got no business. I ain't going to do it. I'm just stand up with them. That's not what I believe. He ain't get up for him. I don't believe in him. I ain't going to do it. Let me tell you what happened, honestly. We've come out. That's why they keep killing, because they don't see us stand for nothing. I go to these places, I see all them folks stand up. They don't move me.
Amen.
I look around at the retarded niggas. I said, look at all these niggas been programmed in there. These niggas started playing. I said, do they even know where they at? I do just like Mordecai. I don't stand up for him.
Amen.
Knowing that, he said, I ain't moving.
Amen.
Y'all know who it is to remind you of? Have you paid attention? The Malachi. When the ass had Balaam on him, he ain't moving. And you keep coming, I'm going to kill you. He wasn't moving. Let's see what happened right here.
He was full of indignation against Mordecai.
What happened?
Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself.
Yeah.
And when he came home, he sent and called for his friends and Zeresh his wife.
Yeah.
And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children,
Yeah.
and all the things wherein the king had promoted him,
Yeah.
and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of the king.
What happened?
Haman said, moreover, yea, Hadassah did let no man come in with the king unto
But
the
who?
banquet
Yeah.
that she had prepared, but myself.
Just me. Come on.
And tomorrow I am invited unto her also with the king.
Yeah.
Yet all this availeth me nothing,
And what happened?
so long as I see Mordecai the Yehudi sitting in the king's gate.
Yeah.
Then said Zeresh his wife and all his friends unto him,
What they tell him?
Let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high.
Yeah.
And tomorrow speak thou unto the king, that Mordecai may be hanged thereon.
Y'all see that? See, even they white, the women be involved with foolishness. He said them better not. See, a lot of these nasty, low-down white women involved too. With a lot of our murder, we just look at these white, dirty men. There's some white, dirty women was involved with our murders too. See, the white, the one told him to do it, Dave. The white sat here and told him to do it. And we know we sit here and we go back to buy the sheet. He told Adam concerning that because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife. Who you think his friend's going to be? He, you a high-ranking politician. Other politicians. Who politicians? How many of y'all are here friends with politicians? They going to go, they come ask you about decisions. They all together. Policy makers go hand with other policy makers. Even their wife, Nancy Reagan, was known for, you know what for? Because she controlled Ronald. Whenever speeches were written, and those people, they have speech writers. None of them write their own speech. When they would bring him to speak, you know he would tell them, has Nancy looked at it? They would have to take that speech to Nancy, and Nancy approved that speech before they could give it to him. They don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing about it. Don't worry about it. I know Ronald like he ain't ruled nothing. Nancy ran the White House. Nancy ran the country. Just didn't know she used to beat her kids. Her daughter tried to tell that Patty Davis, she took her mama former name. She wouldn't take on Ronald's name. She told him that heifer used to beat her. Nasty heifer. Ran that girl to Playboy. Started posing and doing Playboy. I want to have some black titties too. But that's another story. Listen.
Then go thou in merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made.
Y'all see that? He made some gallows. Come on to the 6th chapter so we can get them finished. Come on.
On that night could not the king sleep.
Yeah.
And he commanded to bring the book of records, and they were read before the king. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus. And the king said, What honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai for this?
Yeah.
Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, There is nothing done for him.
Now, the reason why we come back and look at this, why these people been setting up to try to kill us and destroy us, we've been the people that have been holding this thing together. See, they've been giving this homage to white people as heroes and heroic, and they're the one protected and took care of this country. If you go back and check the book of records, we're the people that built this country. We're the people that took care of this country. See, you don't realize this story is about us. The whole story is about us. A displaced people that have been saying, we've been loyal. When those people sat there and conspired to kill the king, we're the people that sat here and that defended. We're the people that let it be known to spare his life. But they jealous heart done came along. That's why they want us dead, so we don't know. Our historians, our elderly people who got the story that was told them and passed down, that's why they kill your elderly. That's why they kill us and kill your young, so they can wipe you out. If you kill the elderly and kill the young, the middle going to die out. Yeah. These people got a perfect plan. You just don't see it. That's how you destroy our history. He tried to do here because he said he could recite it on paper. We recite by memory. I put this up by memory without paper. And you tell me we can't pass a story along by speech and it still can't be accurate? They wrote lies and it's inaccurate. Right. They teach you to believe what they write. I'm telling you, believe what you know. You see it for yourself. These folks program you. Come on, son. 71. I'm going to get y'all fit. I want y'all to see something. Listen.
So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Hadassah. And the king said unto Hadassah on the second day at the banquet of wine, What is thy petition,
This is a
Hadassah?
test. This is only a test. What happened?
And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom.
Yeah.
Then Hadassah answered and said, If I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition,
Yeah.
and my people at my request.
Yeah.
For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish.
And that ain't our story. Why we been sold him? To be destroyed and be slain. She said, not only just her, why Obama don't sit here and ask for our life? Why don't he sit and ask for our life, knowing we were sold him to be slain and be killed? Come on.
But if we had been sold for bondmen and
What happened?
bondwomen,
What happened?
I had held my tongue.
See that? If it's just to be here and be slaves, they weren't murdering and killing us, we'll keep quiet. That's what we did. We went on and took it. But we're looking at her being killed. You can't expect to be, she's looking the same. She's telling the same thing. You can't expect me to be silent now. How in the way y'all going to sit around and be silent? The book not teach you to be silent. If there was just still a state of us being a slave, she's out of kept my mouth shut. But the fact that they murdering and killing us, I can't sit here silent. Listen.
Although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage.
You hear that? That's important for you to know. He looking at, in order to do this, he's got to replace the loss. Because if I go ahead and I remove this, how he going to make up for this money? See, everything is about dollars. That's what makes sense for them. Everybody looking at everything is about money now. See, to get your freedom away and get your life, some money got to be moved. That's what she's looking at. He's looking at, I've been paid. I've gotten some money already. Now what I'm going to do for this money, for this shortage? What happened?
Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Hadassah, Who is he and where is he that durst presume in his heart to do so? And Hadassah said, The adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman.
Yes.
Then
Y'all heard it before. I want you to hear something, though. Listen.
Then Haman was afraid before the king and Hadassah. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Hadassah.
Yeah.
For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
Ain't that amazing? When they day life, all of a sudden they want to live. They want to beg for their life. Our life didn't matter when you're going to kill us in every providence. This sorry bastard now worried about his life. He perceived now he going to die. Let me start begging and squirming just like they do. They find longer we getting murdered, getting massacred. See, you don't see what's going on in you today ain't far from what you read. Listen.
Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. And Haman was fallen upon the bed where Hadassah was.
Yeah.
Then said the king, Will he force Hadassah also before me in the house?
That's what I like. Everything going wrong. He done walked out already angry and they ain't walk in and realize, you trying to rape my wife? I'm glad. See, all this stuff going to come right back on. I'm glad it coming back on him the same way. Isn't that coming right back on him the same way he said it? Come on.
As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face.
Yeah.
And Harbona, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, Behold also, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman.
Yeah.
Then the king said, Hang him thereon.
And who else? So
they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai.
Yeah.
Then was the king's wrath pacified.
That's what I'm talking about. Chapter 8. Let me show y'all something. Listen.
On that Yom did the king Ahasuerus...
What you doing today? You on break? You don't want to read the whole Bible?
I just asked him what he'd like me to read. He told me
You want
that.
to ask him if he'd like you to?
Yeah, he told me to go ahead.
I would take that Tom and Jerry bow tie and wrap that thing around your neck. So, wait a minute. Give me
On that Yom did King Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Yahudim's enemies, unto Hadassah.
He's just working Brandon like he a protege or something. Like, go ahead. Read on, Brandon. Read on. Go ahead.
The ruler and Mordecai came before the king, for Hadassah had told what he was unto her, and the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai. And Hadassah set Mordecai over the house of Haman. And Hadassah spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman the bastard, and his device that he had devised against the Yahudim.
That's his name. Listen. Come on.
Then the king held out the golden scepter toward Hadassah. So Hadassah arose and stood before the king, and said, If it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, and the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the bastard, which he wrote to destroy the Yahudim, which are in all the king's provinces. For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people, or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred?
See, now what we're looking at here, just killing what's the bastard's name? Haman. Wasn't enough. You had to change the policy. Why wasn't that enough after they killed him? After he was hanged, it should have been the end. You got to change policy. I told you what you got to do. You got to remove the policy makers to change policy. Because as long as he lived, the policy was going to stay enforced. I've been telling them. I can prove what I preach. What I've been telling, I can prove with the book.
Amen.
Why didn't they kill him? That was it. It should have been the end. She looked at, you've got to change the policy. See, as long as you try to keep fighting with the policy enforcers, you're killing time. You've got to get rid of the policy makers. And you have to change policies. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. That's why we go here to tell you, whatsoever written aforetime, written for our what? Why would I be fighting with enforcers? Then I ain't learned nothing. All scripture is given by the inspiration of who? And it's profitable for what? What did I just teach you? That's good.
Amen.